Hello, everybody. What's new? How's it going? Hi. I'm here. It's Wednesday. You guys know Wednesdays are always a crazy day for me. I teach my class in the mornings, and that usually means that by this time I'm like a little bit keyed up. Things are banging at me. Let me turn off my notifications. I'm a little keyed up because I've just had this like high energy morning, but I'm a little bit subdued because my energy is spent and this is like my afternoon break. So here I am. I have things to do, but I'm doing computer work right now because I have some photography to do this afternoon. And the thought of standing right now and being on my feet for longer is like not what I'm feeling right now. So I'm taking a little break. I just had some lunch. I just made myself a cup of coffee and I'm going to jump right in. I met up with one of my consigners and she loaded me up with some interesting things. She showed me what they were, but I want to do a little bit of research to see what she gave me. So without further ado, if we are new to getting to know each other, hello, my name is Becky. I'm a full-time reseller and I sell pretty much anything and everything. And I'm on most of the major platforms with eBay and Poshmark being my main two. And then I also, I cross-list to some of the other platforms. In addition, I am a consignment seller, which means I also sell other people's things in addition to my own items. So that's what I'm working on today. And I have this whole bag filled with little odds and ends, and I gave myself a little cheat sheet. I'm trying to get this consignor of mine organized. I think she likes to go through things together and like look at things and tell me the stories, which is so special for a lot of people. But I have to be really mindful of my time because if I did that, I think now I have 32 consignment clients. If I did that with every client, I would have no time to actually get their things listed. So I'm trying to coach her a little bit to get her organized and get things packed up and itemized for me so that she can just hand me bags. But I also think there's a lot of things where she's like, well, I don't know if this has value. And she does want to, ask questions. So I'm fine with that. We're friendly. So it all works out, but I want to show you what I have here and get it on my tracker. And I see Jessica, oh, you're my new friend. Hi. I share you out. Sharing is caring. Thank you for doing that. On your community tab, right? Thank you for having me shared on your channel. I am a YouTube baby. This is my baby YouTube channel. So you have an audience and I appreciate you sharing the love. And it's nice to get to know you. I've seen you on the live in Johnny's morning show and I feel like I saw you on someone else's live, but it's good to get to know you. And do you dumpster dive? I mean, that's like we were talking about that this morning on the call, and that is crazy, fun, cool, all the things. But I feel like I could get into that, but I also feel like it could skeeve me out. Sometimes I get skeeved at the bins, so I don't know that dumpster diving is the right thing for me. All right, let me transition. As you guys know, I always open up a second window. Sometimes I have my act together and I have it open in advance so that I can jump right in. Today's not one of those days, but it doesn't take me that long. So I pull up my tracking spreadsheet on a separate window so that I can itemize everything that comes in. And as you guys know, that's really important to my business because if I don't have it on the tracker, when I sell it, it could be a free-for-all. And that is bad for business. So, okay. Yes, dumpster diving and life. What do you mean and life? Like life being a dumpster fire? No, that's cool. So tell me what I need to know about dumpster diving. Like, I went dumpster diving and found stuff and made a video today. Oh, cool. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out. Do you have a certain spot that you like? Today we were talking about dumpster diving like at the mall. Do you dumpster dive for clothing or like for food items or like what? There's all different kinds of dumpster diving. So I'm really curious to know what I don't know. But there's a couple chips in this. So this is a crystal. It's a salt cellar. And I didn't even know salt cellars were a thing. This one is badly chipped. I'm going to say badly chipped, but it's pretty chipped. And I didn't notice that when I was looking at it with her. So I will do some research and see if there's value to this. Otherwise, I'm going to ask her what she wants me to do with it. And it is Okay. Chipped. Jessica looks for anything. That's so cool. And then you resell it, right? And then, like, where do you go? Where do you dive, girl? Are you at the mall? Do you go to like department stores? Someone was talking about video at like a jewelry store and then finding stuff there, which I was like, whoa. So the whole dumpster diving concept, I know it's a thing, but I am curious. It's not something that I don't know a single person personally who has ever dumpster dived. So I'm like really intrigued. And I live kind of close to University of Delaware, and I know that when the college kids like move out at the end of the year, when they get out of their apartments, they're just like, I don't want this anymore, and they just chuck it all in the dumpster. And you can find some really good stuff, furniture mostly, but other things as well. Look how beautiful these little birds are. I asked my consignor what they were, because I'm like, what do you do with that? They're on a clip, and they are Christmas tree ornaments. And this is a set of 2 little birdies. I don't know, what are they, like a pink dove, but they're like matte finish, and I guess you'd say they're porcelain, ceramic. I don't know. I don't know the difference. Should I know that as a reseller? Probably. Do I care enough to do research? Not right now. Pink Christmas tree bird ornaments on clips. Okay. So as a reseller of everything, I started out with a generally pretty good knowledge of clothing, and I've been amassing my knowledge of everything else. So porcelain versus ceramic versus Christmas tree ornaments or odd birds with clips. I'm growing my knowledge base one item at a time. And there's so much to know about so many things. I mean, like, I think the category that probably intimidates me the most is jewelry, as we were talking about earlier, because there are so many different chain types, stone types, like authenticating silver and like turquoise. Like, is it real turquoise or fake? There are so many types of stones that look gorgeous, but they're all able to be manufactured synthetically. So like getting that education, cubic zirconia versus some of the other man-made gems and stuff. It's just, there's so much knowledge to be had. And I know I'll get there, but it's a category that I don't know a lot about, that I know I don't know a lot about it. And so I kind of am putting my little toe in. But stuff like this, when people give me things to sell, it's my job and responsibility to do my due diligence and to learn some of that. So, it's really interesting because in her lighting in her house, when she was handing me these things, and maybe she was kind of like throwing things at me. It all looked good. But I'm noticing this little bird, similar, has like a chip, and it's been poorly glued back together. So this is another one that I'm going to see what she wants to do with, because it is not a good glue job. And as a consignment seller, I try to do my best to finish things up. So like if people give me things that are missing a button or a stitch or need a polish, I have over here, I'll show you. I have this beautiful leather bag that I started. It's an Etienne Agnier. I never say the name quite right, but this is vintage. But I did one treatment. I have to do a second. The bag is so thirsty. It really needs, I have to soak it and then give it a leather, not dye, polish treatment. And then I go through with a conditioner. And I did it once and it was so thirsty, it drank it up. So I will do some of that restoration, mostly because it increases the sale value substantially for myself and for my consignor. So we both win, right? But where's my shoe? But there's a fine line between me spending hours fixing people's crap and then just being like, okay, we're going to cut our losses. And all of my consignors are very, very chill. This consignor in particular is probably the one who is the most invested in her items. And So I will check with her on that. But every other consignor of mine, with the exception of one other, they say, I never want to see these things ever again. Do with it what you will. If it can be turned into cash, great. If not, move it right along. So I have that permission. It's in my contract from them. The other consignor who's this way has told me on certain things that she wants them back, or she'll donate them elsewhere, or whatever else. She's getting better about that. I think now that things are moving, she's seeing, I literally will sell things if I can get any bit of money out of it, if it is sellable. But there are certain things that we just need to give it up, give it along, and just move on with it, you know? So I donate to the homeless shelter and keep some for me and donate to my son's school. That's wonderful, Jessica. That's awesome. Donate school supplies to my son's school. That's so fantastic. Well, you know what? That's like sharing the love. Like I know people who, what is it? The coupon, the mass coupon clipper, the people, they often do that. And then they'll have like these huge quantities and then they'll donate it to people. So I celebrate that for sure. White bird clip. Christmas tree ornaments. I wonder if there's another, let me focus for a second. If there's another purpose for like the clip, you know, because at first it was like, oh, is that for like a napkin ring type thing or something? Like I was trying to wrap my head and she's like, it's just a Christmas tree ornament. And I just, like this would be, I mean, it's heavy, so it would hang down on things. So I wonder what another purpose for that could be. Which movie was it where the guy was like, the Dumb and Dumber, where the guy sat there and he's like, pretty bird, and he keeps like petting this bird and the bird's like dead. Was it Dumb and Dumber? That's what that made me think of. So when I opened this box, I was like, look, it's little. I'm like, what is that? And these are teeny. They're so cute. These are little salt cellars again. So this is a set of 6 teeny salt cellars, and they're beautiful crystal. And then they come with these little teeny made in Japan little scoopies. And not just the cutest little things. So you can have like just a little dash of salt. And so this is a full set. And the whole thing was made in Japan, I think. Yeah. And I asked her for a time frame, and she got those in the 60s. Vintage. Okay, set of 6 mini crystal salt for Japan in blue box. There we go. For a wreath. Oh, Jessica, that's a good idea. See? Although it would have to be, like, I have a wreath on my front door. I would be too nervous to put something that's glass on a wreath like that. So something's making me. So I guess, like, if it was in a stationary place, that is a good idea. That would be really pretty. I'm bummed that that one has a crack in it. But can't win them all. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, see, he's chipped too. Hi. She told me this is from the 80s. It's a little figurine. And I want to say he's an iteration of Buddha or Buddha, some people say. He is old looking, but his little nose. So I will do some research on him. He is a Japanese man with staff figurine. Chipped nose. I will still sell him because that chip is pretty minor. So I don't even remember what some of these things are. Oh, I do remember what this is. When I took this out, I was like, what are we going to be exercising with crystal? And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. This is do we know what it is? It's very pretty. It's a knife stand. So like at the table, like if you have a carving knife, you'd stand it on there so it doesn't drip all over the place. Barbell, that's how I'll call it. Beveled knife holder. Dumbbell. So this is on my tracking spreadsheet. These are all like little reminders or keys that I would have for myself, really, so that when an item sells, I can appropriately allocate the funds to the correct seller and make sure that I don't lose my mind. This is pretty, I mean, her things are pretty unique, but I have probably 3 consigners who give me a ton of like American Eagle and Hollister jeans and stuff like that. So those people get confusing, especially because they're all like in the same size. And I have 2 consigners. I swear they must run into each other at the mall because they shop, like they give me all the same stuff. Those are the women who give me the Chico's and what was the other brand? They're like all XLs, Chico's, and like Kohl's brands and some of that, which by the way has been selling very well for me. They don't move quickly, but they sell for decent, like $20 and up, and a little bit lower sometimes too. And they're just basic like long sleeve and short sleeve t-shirts, but they're like the most common sizes. They're in beautiful styles, beautiful colorings and patterns, and they're like a classic basic piece for everyone's closet. So I wouldn't pick those things up if I was going out thrifting, but they are a nice like base level fit into my business. So this is a cute little bell. It is another Japanese Lefton, and stamped 26.55, and it's 2. I'm gonna say that they're lovebirds. Dinner time. Okay. 2. So let's ask this question here. What is the difference between porcelain and ceramic? I think ceramic is more porous, maybe. Okay. Porcelain bell or ceramic with 2 lovebirds. 2 little birds on my doorstep. Bell, Japan, and it was 26.55. Lefton. Okay. The bird with the clip is for a wreath. Yeah, she said it was for a Christmas tree, but I think a wreath is probably just about as appropriate. You can put a ribbon on the bird where the chip is at. That's actually a good idea. Oh, I see Johnny's Hump Day auction is starting. We'll have to jump up over there as soon as I'm done getting these things in. Yeah, I feel like I'll just, so the one it's pretty badly chipped. Like I don't think I would feel right selling that to somebody with, and it's badly glued too. Like chips are one thing, but if it's not well repaired, to me, I wouldn't want to get that. So, I have no problem listing things and disclosing it. Something like that, like I don't think that that's going to sell for a ton on its own. And if it was only going to sell for 10 flawless and it has a chip, I'm probably just not even going to list that. But I will say, beep, 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 announcement. You heard it here first. Breaking news. I have agreed to live sell. I'm so excited. Jessica, have you been on some of the live selling channels that are in our little group of friends and family there? I am coming on with Mike and Mark. I'm coming on next Tuesday, and it's Friends Selling with Friends. You know what? I will pull up the channel and I'll put it actually right here in the chat so that if anybody watches back, they can find it. And it will be Tuesday from, I think I'm actually the first time slot. So I go on at 12:15 their time. So 1:15 Eastern Standard Time. And let me see, okay, here we go. And I think it's going like all day long. And here's the link. It's on Mike and Mark's channel, which is Two Old Guys. Let me go back to their page so I can drop their actual channel. Two Old Guys Resale. And they are going, they're like my mentors. They're taking me under their wing to help me out, and they're going to show me the ropes of the first live sale. So maybe that's something where I can just say, this is very significantly flawed. You want it for $1? It's yours for $1. But I don't think I'm going to spend the time listing that. So this is a Royal Doulton, the design is Bramley Hedge, and it's a summer themed thimble. Isn't that cute with a little gold band on the bottom? And it's got like some honeybees and flowers, and new in box. It's the Summer Thimbles line. So I wonder if there's value to that. New in box, but it's really, I mean, I don't think she ever took it out of the box, but it's vintage. Faux show. It's vintage faux show. Okay, let's see. It is Royal Summer. What did I say it was? Thimble. Have to go. Jessica, I assume you're going to go check out the other live. Have fun. I'll see you over there. Thank you for stopping into my channel, by the way, and chit-chatting. I appreciate that. I'm curious to know if you sell live, so I'll have to get some tips from you next time we get to chat. But thank you, and thank you for plugging me on your channel. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Once I figure out how to do that, I will return the favor. You have 2 special needs kids, a girl and a boy. Oh, one of each. God bless you. It's awesome that you have this as a job to give you that flexibility. I love that. Well, thank you again. Good chatting with you. All right, let's see what else we have. This little guy. This is like a little bottle. Oh, Japanese man. It's frosted, and then there's just some scenery. And I did open it, and it's got like this kind of interesting, like old cork. It's like powdery almost. I almost like don't want to keep opening and closing it. I'll probably open and close it one last time just for my photography, and then we'll call it a day. Bottle, scenery, and Japanese guy. While I'm here thinking of plugging other people's channels, I will also plug Cajun Roots, that's what I was talking about earlier when I said that we were all chit-chatting live in the morning. And I have to say, Johnny is the one who actually held my hand and like answered a zillion bajillion questions that I have about like, how does this work? What do I do about that? All this stuff, and made me really feel comfortable and confident in selling live. So I'm really, really, really excited about this journey. And I'm excited to have an opportunity for selling some things that, sorry for the crinkle, that I don't think are going to have a place in my eBay store or my Poshmark store. So I'm really looking forward to that. Look at this beautiful, beautiful little, I want to call it a small vase, but I think it's actually a perfume bottle, but without a top, and this little stand. It is, I think it's jade. I'm going to have to, look at beautiful detail. I'm going to have to do some research. It's got the felt bottom, sits on this little pedestal. She is pretty. Don't mind me. You know, I sniff things from time to time. It looks like there had been something in there, some kind of residue. Okay, small. Stone. Set on pedestal, wooden pedestal. Okay. All right. Well, that is perfect timing because that is everything that's in my bag from her. And oops, I was going to fold this up with it. Don't mind all the crinkle. Crinkle, crinkle. Okay, so I have a mini haul from her of collectibles and the like. So I have to do a little bit of research. And I need to ask her what I'm going to do about those. Really just those 2 with the chips. Because the one bird I don't think is sellable. What was the other one with it? Well, I know that other one was the guy with the salt cellar. That was pretty badly chipped. It's so funny. Like, I mean, and this isn't, you see me, I'm in like the shadows over here. This isn't exceptionally fantastic lighting or anything. So go figure. And that's that. So this is a good stopping point for me. Thank you for keeping me company while I got through some of that. And what's coming up for the rest of my day? Let's see. Oh, you know what else I'll plug? Hold hold on, bear with me here. The rest of my day includes a lot of photography. I am going on a photo jam, and I am going to jam out and take pictures of like as many things as I possibly can. Gosh, why is she not promoting this? So I'm trying to send a link to Glamma's Closet. If you know Glamma's Closet, which I'm sure you do. Oh, here it is. Okay. Copy, paste. Second verse, same as the first. So Glamma is another one who has been really awesome with like helping to answer questions that I have, some questions about live selling, but also just like in general, which I just love this community of everybody kind of like looking out for each other and really being supportive of each other. I know I've said it before, but it's so refreshing to be part of a culture where people lift each other up and get excited about other people's success instead of feeling like competition or like there's a sense of if I let someone else in, there's less for me. There's none of that here. There really shouldn't be any of that here, but people are funny. So, excuse me. Glamma is another one who has been just so wonderful and supportive. She has an awesome channel. She's just down to earth, and in my opinion, she tells it how it is, which I appreciate. I want to know where someone's coming from, and I love that vibe about her. And she is hosting a fundraiser tonight. There's another wonderful woman named Jennifer in our little group. It's not a little group, it's a huge group, but in the reselling community, who unfortunately had a tragedy in her family. And I won't say too much because I don't know how public she is with everything, but the reselling community is banding together and joining behind her to do a fundraiser tonight. And it's hosted by Glamma. There's a whole bunch of people who are participating. The link is right here in the chat. And I just think it's going to be a fantastic event. And I did already make a donation, but I'm going to see tonight if I can send some more love their way. There's a few different ways to participate. You can donate something if you're a reseller, and you can have them auction it off. You can, of course, donate directly to the fundraiser. Everything is 100% going to help her. And I think they're also doing free shipping, if I'm not mistaken, which that means that the people who are doing the event are incurring the cost, which is just absolutely incredible. So I'll see what I can do to help, but I do plan to watch that tonight. So that's on my personal schedule to watch. And like I said, I have to take a ton of photos. Tonight is actually, listen to how crazy this is. It's parent participation night at my kids' dance school. So when I was a kid and I did dance school, parent participation night was really just parent observation night, which is why I thought this was the first time that they had it at the school. And so I was all prepared to sit and watch and whatever. Turns out parent participation night is like parent participating. We're dancing with our kids, which is kind of fun and kind of awkward and kind of everything in between. But it means a lot to my daughters when we go and do these things. My husband has gone before too, by the way. So that's what I'll be doing tonight. I have 100 million other things that I need to be doing and that I could be doing, but it's important that I'm there for them, even though it's I don't know, scale of 1 to 10, maybe I want to do it like on a 7. Maybe a 6.5. How about that? But I will be going. So I'll be peppering in some of the watching in between dancing and whatnot. So that's my day. I will maybe be on tomorrow morning and not really sure. I have my parents coming to visit to celebrate my birthday, which was just this past Saturday. So that'll be fun. And then they're staying through the weekend. And so maybe you'll see me on Sunday. Maybe not. We'll see. So anyhow, thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending time together. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye, everybody.